Great. Welcome, Sarah. I'm so happy that you agreed to have a chat with me today. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Camille. Thanks for having me.
Now, you recently were one of the participants of the 6-week Ignite Mr. Right webinar course. And yeah, I'm just curious, what actually made you, what made you enroll? Because you're a little bit of a dating expert yourself, aren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I've been on a lot of dates and I really enjoy dating. So I certainly wouldn't say expert, but no, I enjoy dating. So
nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, what made you enroll in the course? Consider like a lot of my clients really struggle with actually getting the dates and getting out there, where you'd actually had quite a bit of experience in that department already. But what drew you to do the course anyway?
Sure. Okay. So there were a few reasons why I did it. Recently, I've done, as I said, I've been on a lot of dates because I really enjoy dating. I love meeting new people, and if there's a connection there between the two of you, then that's fantastic. And even if there's not a romantic connection, then there's a possibility that you've got another contact in your life, because I'm just a natural networker who really, as I say, enjoys meeting new people. So one of the reasons was that I was going on all these dates, but I wasn't necessarily doing it with the objective of finding a partner. It was, doing it because I enjoy it, and I was open to the opportunity of catching up with someone for a drink if I might have been asked out on a date. And then it got to the end of the year, and I started to become a little bit more serious about perhaps wanting to enter a serious relationship now. So I kind of wanted to get into the position where I was a little bit more ready within myself, and a little bit more certain about what it is that I'm looking for in a relationship. Not necessarily in a person, because I don't think that you can always know exactly what you're looking for.
That's right.
But I do think that knowing what you're looking for in that relationship is very important. So
Great.
That was one of the reasons why I chose to do it. The other reason was that I'm very passionate about self-awareness and personal branding as well. So for me, it was an opportunity to reflect again on who I am internally and try to be the very best person that I can be for myself.
Great.
And in doing so, then you can be the best person that you are for everyone else. So
well said.
It was... Sorry?
Well said. Yeah, beautifully said.
Thank you. So that was a really good opportunity for me to do that, and also for me to reflect on my own personal brand, and refine a little bit, I guess, and reflect and become more self-aware of who I am and what I deserve and what I want. So
nice one. And did you have any expectations at all? Like, did you sort of know what to expect
of the course?
Of the course, yeah.
There was a little part of me which did expect it to be that little bit of a cliche course, I'm not sure how to explain that the best way, but some of the cliche things about too much about putting yourself out there and, the one and, all of the sort of relationship cliches, which I don't necessarily always agree with.
Yeah.
But I had the fortunate experience where I had a mini webinar with you, where we got to see a bit of a snapshot of what the course would be like. And that gave me great confidence with what you would be delivering, and that it wouldn't be just the standard make sure you put yourself out there kind of thing, because I'm an extrovert and I put myself out there all the time. So
exactly.
kind of stuff, I've got that sorted. But
right.
So I expected, I was concerned that maybe it was going to go into cliche relationshipville rather than focusing on me, which is what I wanted to do it for. But it didn't, and it was very nice. So my expectations were quite open.
Yeah, nice. And what were some of the things that you enjoyed? Like, what are some of the things that you did learn, about yourself?
I guess I learnt a little bit more about perhaps the areas which I wanted a little bit more in a relationship, because I had previously focused on what I wanted in the person rather than that visualization of the relationship itself. And I learnt about my own fears. I knew that they were there subconsciously, but I hadn't really tapped into them yet. So I learnt a lot more about my fears, my hesitations, and perhaps how to handle them a little bit better, mostly because I'd identified them.
Nice.
So that was what I really picked up from the course.
And you also mentioned, I can't remember if it was you, like really maybe shifting the awareness to maybe looking at different kind of guys that you hadn't considered before. Was that something you had a bit of a shift around as well?
A very big shift, yes. Yeah, very big, because part of the process of realising who I am normally attracted to, and that situation not normally working out, then, it did make me identify that there are different types of men who I had previously not considered, because they're just not that instant person who I'm normally attracted to. But actually the biggest thing that I realised is that I always found myself not attracted to the available men. So I know that a lot of the time there's the saying that you are always attracted to unavailable men. And it might sound very much the same, but for my situation, I wasn't attracted to the available men.
Yes.
And I recognised that and had a bit of a laugh at myself around that. And then, have started to consider different options, I suppose, and open up my mind a little bit more and, take things from there.
Great. And another thing that I think you mentioned was just connecting with the other women and sharing the experiences was was really good fun as well.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was a perfect balance of your own private personal experience, because, it is very personal and it is very private with dating and relationships and wanting to develop yourself a little bit more. But then you have this beautiful aspect of doing it with a group of women who are in the same position but might be doing it for different reasons, and those reasons are completely with them, and that's their business, because you don't hear about that, but they're there as a support network. So it was a great balance of doing it for yourself, but then there with a group of people who are also on the course and also expressing their experiences of dating without having to reveal all of yourself and expose why you're there. Yep.
Perfect. And last question, I guess, is, who would you recommend the course for? Who do you think, being in marketing and yourself, who would you say it's really for?
Sure. So obviously it's for women, I would say.
That's a good start.
Maybe there's some guys who would like to write as well, but I think that your target market is probably women. And I would say anyone who's interested in learning a little bit more about themselves, wanting to self-reflect and become more self-aware, wanting to, for a number of reasons, they might already be in a relationship and it might not be reaping the results that they're looking for. So it can be someone who's single who really wants to get out there and grow a bit more confidence and enter the dating world. It might be someone who's already in the dating world but not quite finding the right guy for some reason.
Yep.
Or not necessarily just about finding the right guy, but they're not finding themselves within a relationship. Or it might be someone who's even in a long-term relationship who needs to do some internal refining, I suppose.
Yeah, beautiful.
So I would say that it's for anyone who's interested in their happiness, and, that's a lot of people, and it should be a lot of people, because we deserve to be happy.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's, again, like beautifully said. It's much more about the relationship with yourself than just looking for Mr. Right. So it's so much more than what you actually think it is. So
absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Well, thanks so much for sharing, and
Pleasure.
yeah, really, it was good to hear it from someone else's perspective. So thanks so much for answering the few questions, and have a fantastic year.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, Sarah.
Okay, bye.